In the event that you are over the age of 60, every choice you make, including what you consume, how you sleep, and how you walk, has a direct impact on your heart. But what if I told you that there is one activity that you engage in on a regular basis that is secretly causing damage to your heart each and every day? As a physician who specializes in heart disease, I have witnessed an excessive number of elderly patients who come into my clinic feeling normal and leave with a diagnosis of high blood pressure, clogged arteries, or even worse, on the verge of having a heart attack. The majority of elderly people are completely unaware that they are engaging in risky behavior. Junk food and skipping exercises are not the only factors to consider. It is about a single, uncomplicated action that individuals carry out on a daily basis without giving it any thought, which gradually drives their heart toward failure. I'm pleading with senior citizens to do away with just one behavior in this video. In addition to that, I will also reveal the 10 most harmful behaviors that are currently causing damage to your heart by themselves. With each one, your risk of experiencing heart failure, stroke, or sudden death is increased. The good news is that each and every one of them can be fixed. It is sufficient for you to be aware of what to quit doing and what to do instead. This should be watched until the very end. I observe the first habit virtually every day, and it is the one that I consider to be the most significant and prominent among my patients. First, let's start with the number 10. 10. Not going for strolls or working out every day. Over the age of 60, if you do not move your body on a daily basis, you are inviting heart problems into your life. Seeing senior citizens spend the most of their day sitting, watching television, reading, or remaining in bed is one of the most common blunders I see in my line of work. As a heart specialist, even if you might believe that I'm too old to be working out, I'm not requesting to go to the gym anytime soon. I am pleading with you to simply walk. Walking at your own pace for just 30 minutes every day can reduce your chance of having a heart attack by approximately 50%. Inactivity causes a slowdown in the flow of blood throughout the body. As fat accumulates, it begins to clog your arteries. Your blood pressure will increase, and your heart will get weaker. It is possible that this could eventually result in heart failure, stroke, or even death. Going for a walk helps to keep your blood vessels open, boosts the amount of oxygen that is delivered to your brain, and reduces stress levels. Also, it assists in the management of weight, blood sugar, and cholesterol, all of which are serious dangers to the health of the heart. Walking is not a cost. In addition to being one of the most effective treatments for your heart, it does not require any special equipment. The protection of your heart and the extension of your life can be achieved with just 15 minutes in the morning and 15 minutes in the evening. It is imperative that you should not wait for chest pain to begin moving. It is time to begin prevention. Every stride that you take will be a blessing to your heart. Eat an excessive amount of salt. Most elderly people are unaware of the potential dangers that salt poses. There is more to it than just the salt that you put on food. Canned soups, bread, sauces, pickles, chips, and packaged meals all contain a form of salt that is not readily apparent. When you consume an excessive amount of salt, your body will retain water, which will cause your blood volume to increase and will also put additional pressure on your arteries. In the long run, this will result in high blood pressure, which will cause damage to your heart, kidneys, and brain without your knowledge. The term silent killer refers to the fact that high blood pressure does not present any signs until it is already too late to treat. When I was a cardiac doctor, I saw patients who were suffering from heart failure, and the only error they made was that they consumed salty snacks on a daily basis. The amount of salt that older individuals require is significantly lower than that of younger people. Millimolars should not exceed 1,500 per day at any time. It is less than a teaspoon, if possible. Labels should always be checked. Processed foods should be avoided, and flavorful herbs and lemon should be used while cooking at home. You can protect your heart by making even relatively minor adjustments, such as switching from salted to unsalted almonds, or avoiding meals that are frozen. When we get started, I would really appreciate it if you could tell me where you are coming from today. Leave a remark below, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask them. In addition, make sure you click the subscribe button and adjust your alerts settings so that you are never left out of Senior Health's most helpful health advice. And if you are watching it this very now, I want to know that you are agreeing with me. Leave a comment with a 1 if you feel that this video resonates with you. In the event that not, type 0. Don't forget that your taste buds can change. Following a 2-week period of consuming less salt, the flavor of your meal will remain the same, and your heart will perform more effectively. Eliminate the salt from your diet before it takes your life. 8. Beginning each day with a breakfast that is either oily or very processed. To many elderly people, breakfast is like a heart attack on a plate, despite the fact that it is supposed to provide fuel for the day. Although foods like bacon, sausage, buttered toast, sugary cereal, fried eggs, and creamy coffee may have a pleasant flavor, they are actually more detrimental to your heart than you may realize. In addition to being high in sugar, these meals are also high in saturated fats and trans fats. In addition to elevating your blood pressure and causing inflammation in your blood vessels, they also cause your cholesterol levels to skyrocket. I've witnessed a frightening tendency in my work as a cardiac doctor. The vast majority of heart attacks take place in the morning, which is quickly after individuals consume these kinds of breakfasts. How come? The reason behind this is that your blood is more viscous in the morning, and a meal that is heavy and high in fat makes it more difficult for your heart to pump blood throughout your body. This daily stress is beyond the capacity of your body. If you are above the age of 60, make a choice between a heart-shaped avocado or perhaps a straightforward fruit smoothie instead. The consumption of these meals can help reduce cholesterol levels, enhance digestion, and provide sustained energy without causing damage to the arteries. Breakfast can either be beneficial or detrimental. As soon as you open your eyes, make the proper decision, and your heart will be protected from harm for the entire day. You shouldn't be concerned if you are unsure of whether foods are beneficial or detrimental to your heart. You are not the only one. The same challenge is faced by a large number of senior citizens, particularly around breakfast. The Senior Health Tracker app is a straightforward application that was developed just for persons who are over the age of 60. It will gently remind you, keep track of your meals, and make recommendations for heart-healthy foods that are matched to your age and the requirements of your health. The purpose of this app is to provide you with a guidance that has been approved by a physician. Whether you are trying to control your high blood pressure or you simply want more energy, you may begin your mornings with self-assurance the moment you download it today. 7. Having a habit of drinking alcohol. You may have heard that drinking a glass of wine is beneficial to your heart, but for elderly individuals, this piece of advice can be really harmful. After the age of 60, alcohol has a different effect on your body. As a result, your liver processes it more slowly, your blood pressure rises more quickly, and the likelihood of your heartbeat becoming irregular increases significantly. When I was a physician specializing in heart disease, I saw patients who had heart failure, stroke, and atrial fibrillation as a result of drinking just 2 drinks a day. Consuming alcohol causes damage to the muscle of your heart, increases the amount of fat around your heart, and causes inflammation. In addition, it poses a problem for drugs that are used to treat high blood pressure, diabetes, and cholesterol. There are a lot of elderly people who consume alcohol in order to relax or have a better night's sleep. But alcohol actually causes sleep disruptions and raises blood pressure during the night. Every day, even the little amounts build up. Consuming alcohol is much more hazardous if you already have a diagnosed cardiac condition. In the event that you are unable to abstain from drinking altogether, I always advise that you limit your consumption to no more than 1 drink per day and never drink on a daily basis. The rate at which your heart beats will increase. The quality of your sleep will improve, and generally, your health will improve. Alcohol may dull the pain of stress, but it also makes your heart more fragile. Don't let a single drink of wine turn into a regret that lasts a lifetime. 6. Keeping one's anger or tension bottled up. It may appear to be a solid decision to suppress your feelings of stress, anger, or grief. However, doing so is causing your heart to suffer a great deal. Emotional strain causes an increase in the amounts of the hormones cortisol and adrenaline, which in turn causes your heart to beat more quickly, your blood vessels to constrict, and your blood pressure to dramatically increase. This can eventually result in heart attacks, strokes, and even sudden death if it is not treated. As a physician who specializes in heart disease, I have seen patients who have great diets yet nevertheless suffer from heart disease. This is all due to the fact that they are under continual emotional pressure. Whether it's problems with your family, concerns about your finances, or feelings of isolation, repressing a sensation is harmful to your body. I don't want to be a burden to anyone, or I've lived with stress my entire life, are common statements said by senior citizens. But after the age of 60, your heart is unable to withstand this quiet storm. Reducing internal stress can be accomplished by engaging in activities such as talking to someone, joining a senior group, meditating for 10 minutes, practicing deep breathing, or even writing in a notebook. Never undervalue the potential dangers that can be caused by emotional suffering. In addition to being a pump, the heart is also able to sense what your mind is holding. Harmony is a potent form of treatment. Your heart will beat for a longer period of time, and with greater strength, the more you let go of your feelings in a healthy manner. 5. Ignoring snoring or sleep apnea as a problem. The sound of your heart beating rapidly may be the source of your snoring, which may appear to be harmless or even humorous. Sleep apnea is a disorder that affects millions of elderly people and causes them to periodically cease breathing while they are sleeping. Drops in oxygen levels, disruptions in relaxation, and long-term damage to the heart are all consequences of this condition. Even the majority of people are unaware that they have it. Despite the fact that they wake up with headaches, experience memory problems, or feel fatigued during the day, they never attribute these symptoms to sleep. Being a cardiac specialist, I always make sure to inquire about snoring from my patients. How come? Sleep apnea is associated with an increased risk of cardiovascular complications such as high blood pressure, irregular pulse, stroke, and sudden cardiac death. Have yourself checked out if your partner claims that you snore loudly, gasp for air, or stop breathing while you are sleeping. It can be verified by a straightforward overnight investigation. CPAP machines and mouthpieces are 2 examples of treatments that can protect your heart as you sleep. During quality sleep, your body is able to restore itself. Your heart will suffer in silence if you do not have it. Avoid ignoring the warning indicators. Snoring is not merely a nuisance. Rather, it serves as a warning. Your heart needs oxygen throughout the entire night. getting a good night's sleep can allow your heart to finally find rest. 4. Taking a puff or breathe in. Smoke that is inhaled. Despite the fact that we are all aware that smoking is a fatal habit by this point, many elderly people continue to underestimate the dangers that even a single cigarette or exposure to secondhand smoke can provide. In addition to having an effect on your lungs, smoking causes direct damage to the lining of your arteries, produces inflammation, and speeds up the accumulation of plaque, which ultimately results in clogged arteries and can lead to heart attacks. The blood vessels in your body are already more brittle. If you are above the age of 60, they become fragile and thin as a result of smoking. Despite the fact that they had never smoked, some of my patients developed heart disease because they were living with someone who did smoke. There is no known level of exposure that is safe. You can still reverse some of the harm and greatly reduce your risk within a few months if you quit smoking today, even if you have been a smoker for almost 4 decades. Also, avoid light cigarettes and vaping because they are equally as hazardous as traditional cigarettes. Both the oxygen and the blood that your heart receives should be clean. You feel a punch to your heart with each and every puff of smoke. Get in touch with your physician. Sign up for a support group or try using nicotine patches if you are having trouble quitting smoking. Simply uttering the words, "I quit," is the most significant action you can take for your heart right now. The next day, your body will start the process of repairing itself. 3. Staying up late to watch television or engage in phone use. If you use a screen late at night, it may appear to be harmless, but it really raises your risk of heart disease. Melatonin, a hormone that governs sleep, is disrupted when your body is exposed to blue light, which is emitted by electronic devices such as phones and televisions. A lack of quality sleep can result in increased blood pressure during the night, insulin resistance, and strain on the heart. Your body's natural rhythm can be thrown off by the habit of scrolling before bed or leaving the television on for company, which is common among senior citizens. As a physician who specializes in heart disease, I have observed that inadequate sleep is a significant factor in the development of heart attacks, strokes, and atrial fibrillation. And it's not just the presence of light, it's also the stimulation of the mind. When your brain should be resting, exposure to the news, social media, and movies can cause your stress hormones to rise, your heart rate to elevate, and your brain to remain alert. The healing of your heart while you sleep is hampered as a result of this over time. It is always my recommendation that screens be turned off at least 1 hour before going to bed. Rather than that, try stretching lightly, reading a book, or listening to some calm music. As a result, your heart will be grateful to you, and your sleep will improve. It is important to keep in mind that the nighttime is when your heart recovers. Make sure you don't waste that time. If you get more sleep, your heart will be healthier and stronger. 2. Consuming fried snacks or fast food frequently, numerous times. While it's true that fast food and fried snacks are convenient, they are also extremely harmful to your heart. They are loaded with trans fats, saturated fats, and salt, all of which are harmful to your arteries. These foods are a perfect example. When seniors are hungry, they frequently settle for a single meal consisting of a burger, samosa, fries, or fried chicken. However, each bite raises cholesterol levels, produces inflammation, and causes the blood to become more viscous. I am a cardiac doctor, and I have seen heart attacks that were caused by years of eating only one snack. Your blood vessels become constricted, tight, and blocked, which makes it more difficult for blood to flow through them. Because of this, your heart is forced to work harder than usual until it finally becomes incapable of doing so. Your metabolism will slow down, and your heart will become more sensitive. If you are over the age of 60, the nutritional content of fast food is quite low, but it causes the most damage. Optional preparations include baking, boiling, or grilling. Consume some homemade soups, fruits, or nuts as a snack. Alterations as little as air frying meals rather than deep frying them can have a significant impact on the final product. The food you consume enters your bloodstream. You will have oily blood if the food you eat is oily. Thick blood is synonymous with arteries that are clogged. You can't achieve a robust heart by eating stuff that is weak. Give your heart the opportunity to flourish by letting go of the temptations that come from fried foods. 1. Not taking medicine for high blood pressure or ignoring the condition. I find that this is the most dangerous behavior that older citizens have, and it is also the most common. There are a lot of people who stop taking their blood pressure medicine because they report feeling good, yet high blood pressure is a silent killer. It won't be until it has already caused damage to your kidneys, heart, and brain that you will experience symptoms. Not taking your medication, even for a short period of time, might result in severe increases, which can lead to heart attacks or strokes. I've had to treat individuals who passed out because they had exhausted all of their medication or because they no longer believed they required it. This is not a recommendation for your medication. It is a means of survival. Don't give up if you experience any adverse effects. If you need to change the dosage, talk to your doctor. Keeping a close eye on your blood pressure at home is essential. Maintain a journal or diary. Always remember to take your medication at the same time each day. Make use of pill organizers or reminder pads. Maintaining consistency is essential. Your heart muscle will become thicker, your arteries will become narrower, and you will eventually develop heart failure if you have high blood pressure. However, if you take it seriously, you can entirely control it. Do not take any chances with your life. It is possible to avoid years of agony by taking just one medication per day. If you take charge of the situation today, your heart will continue to beat strongly tomorrow. Every second of your life, your heart has been pounding for you, and it has never asked for anything in return. However, after it reaches the age of 60, it requires your assistance more than ever before. Every routine that you currently follow, every meal that you select, and every stroll that you take, all of these things add up. I've seen far too many patients, in my capacity as a heart doctor, disregard little warnings and signs until it's too late to do anything about it. On the other hand, you have the ability to alter that. You should begin by eliminating only one risky habit from your routine today, and then gradually work your way through the remaining behavior patterns. It is not necessary for your heart to be faultless. Consistency, care, and your attention are all requisites for it. Remember that you don't have to go through this alone. If you ever find yourself feeling overwhelmed, implement tools that simplify the process. You can stay on track with daily suggestions, meal diaries, and gentle reminders that have been built specifically for elders like you by downloading the Senior Health Tracker app as soon as possible. Your long-term self will be grateful to you. Your family will be grateful to you. The most important thing is that your heart will be grateful to you. Therefore, it is never too late to begin the process of healing. Always remember to keep yourself safe, to maintain your strength, and to take care of your heart. Please do not hesitate to leave a remark below beginning today in order to ask any queries that you might have. In order to ensure that you are always receiving the most helpful health advice from Senior Health, be sure to remember to click the subscribe option and